Hello everyone, using my jar deck again. Opening up pretty good, showcasing another monster that has a smile in it. This is technically a Billy deck that ended up being more than just a Billy deck. And for anyone not familiar, a Billy deck is it's basically a dumb deck that the theme is more based off of the picture instead of what the card does. Usually they're really bad, but this one ended up being good because even though all the cards are smiling, or at least most of them, they actually work together really well and are in general not terrible. So my opponent not revealing themselves yet. Okay, card. This could be... See, I'm not going to chain it because he just wants to mill, and that's a cost to activate the effect, so chain doesn't stop that. But it could be Lightsworn, it could be... Okay, it's going to be... let's see, oh, this is going to be a Fire King deck? I've never seen a Fire King deck using Card Trooper before. Well, it's another Card Trooper, though. That kind of sucks for him. And he can go ahead and attack Marshmallow all day. Just going to do 1,000 and then sit there. Now, most of the monsters in this deck are level 3, which makes it even better that the ones that I wanted to use work together. Let's see, in this situation, I'm going to be saving Morphing Jar number 2. That'll be really key in the future. Eventually, he will try to use something that gets over this, in which case, I'll stop it with my back row. But once he does get over this, I'll be setting my other jars. Okay, now he'll be using this. I'm going to let him do this because even if I stop it right now, he'll just overlay with these two. So he can go ahead and mill all he wants. That I don't care. Milling, yeah, that's why I don't care. It's such a gamble. What the heck is he using? I saw a plant card in there that I vaguely know what it does. I think you destroy a plant on the field when you draw a card. What? Okay, so this is, there's a Fire King card in there. What is this? So it's a Fire King plant deck or something to that extent? Now, he'll probably go into something that can get rid of this or just get over it, in which case I'm going to bottomless, I'm going to Fiendish Chain it. I want this on the field still. I'm not ready to let him run it over. Oh, Tree Spirit, okay. This plant deck. I'm going to go ahead and bottomless. Because he's going to be using this on Dandy and Lonefire. Those seem to be the best targets. I'm going to let him... No, I'm just going to bottomless. Chain is probably a card I should keep around longer. So he has to destroy 2 cards. Okay, he got over it. But, ooh, this reveals that he's not using other traps. Or if he is, he's crazy. That's fine. So he'll do 1900, don't care. I would actually like to draw into some of my other destructible back row so I can use Absorb Jar. I usually draw at least a few, but I don't seem to be getting any this time. Okay, now this is tricky. I'm gonna go ahead and set Morphing Jar number 2. I do need some defense. I'm trying to think what else I could do with this. I would like to set Morphing Jar and then Tribute Summon it, but I have no targets for the Monarch right now. Especially if I hit his card, that would just be... Oh, that wouldn't be a very good idea. Okay, what did he just mill? See an MST, that's... He's getting terrible mills. I think he had a Spore, and that was like the best one. Oh, he's using the new Shinra. Let's see, what does this do? I don't remember this one by heart yet. It's brand new. Only out in... No, it's not even out in the OCG. Yeah, he can go ahead. So he's just using these to try to get out other monsters. But as of yet, he hasn't been able to. He's actually been incredibly unlucky with his mills, which that's a risk you take when you use mill cards. You don't know what you're going to be sending to the grave. It might just be spells and traps like in this guy's case. 6, and it's not a tuner, so he can make a 6. Let's see if he tries to destroy something. No, he's just going to summon it. He can go ahead. This is going to be a great point for Morphing Jar number 2. Something else that a lot of people have done now compared to in the past is that they run a lot of big monsters that special summon themselves, and when you try to summon that with Morphing Jar number 2, it just goes to the grave. So there's just so many ripe targets for this. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let him attack. This puts Spore back into his deck, which he doesn't want. He puts... yeah, it puts a lot of stuff in the deck that he doesn't want in there. There's 1, 2, 3 monsters that don't get to summon because they're giants. Wow. Oh, this gets an effect when it's sent to the grave. Let's see. Oh, well, that's fine. That's not that amazing of an effect. You might as well be using something like Big Eye, which is a card from Legend of Blue Eyes, the oldest deck or the oldest pack in the game. That's interesting. So all he got was a Dandy, and yeah, this is Morphing Jar number 2 doing work. This is why it's so good now, and drawing into a monster that I can start dealing some damage with. Tricky what I want to go for. I'm not going to go with Alucard this time because I don't think he's running traps. So yeah, let's see if I can just attack over this. I might actually go with the Tree Spirit of my own because I do have a lot of cards to protect it, and I want Tribute Fodder for Light Monarch. I'll show you what I'm using that for in a second. What I'm using Tree Spirit for. Alright, let's see. This is the moment. Oh, okay, he has quick plays. That's fine. He's not going to be able to get over this anyways. So that's all I can do for now, but I do have back row to protect, so he's already used most of his resources. Like, he tried to go off, and Morphine Jar number 2 just shut him down, that's what it's in there for. People go off, they attack into it because they can't do anything else, and then it just ruins their field. That's fine. I'm going to be using Mirror Force on this one. Let's see. Who gets to draw a card? Oh, lucky him. Okay, now he's finally getting some decent mills. Before, they were just not working. It almost seems like this should be a tuner to be better. Come on, you want to attack me. Yeah, he's going to walk into this Mirror Force, so unless he's using a Forbidden Lance or something, this should hurt a little bit. And no, he's not using anything else. Yeah, if someone's using that trap card or that hole card, it's a treacherous trap hole, they're not using other traps. Like I said, that'd be crazy to use other traps in conjunction with it. Okay, now I get to show what I'm using this for. It has a sole purpose of summoning Dandelion. That's the only plant in this entire deck. And the reason being, it works so well with Karaz. It's amazing tribute fodder, and because I can pull out rank 3s really easily. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I don't want his Dandy in the grave yet. No reason to give him any... no reason to give him the tokens like I have. And then I drew into Safe Zone so I can further protect this, which will let me get out Dandy again. And even though I don't have any in my destructible back row, at the same time I have tokens, so the cards destroyed by this don't need to be sent to the grave, they just need to be destroyed and I'll be able to draw 2 off of it. Hell, I could probably mill this guy out at this point. Like, he went through most of his beaters because of that Morphing Jar, or that Morphing Jar number 2 effect. Cool, even drawing even more back row. Okay, not worried about what this is. He was probably just using it as a bluff to protect his cards. So what I'm going to do here is tribute... I'm going to tribute Dandelion. No, I'm going to tribute a token. Use its effect. Destroy Dandelion and a fluff token. The smiling one. The other one's trying to be ironic because it's making an angry face. So those get destroyed. I draw 2 cards. And now, yay, I have more tribute fodder. So if I want to use my next Karaz, I can. Not this turn, but next turn. And yeah, I just special summon, so can't use duality. Oh, lots of my non-destructible back row. I don't think I've ever drawn so much of my other normal back row before. Which, hey, it's fine. Clearly it's working. This deck doesn't need to use its main strategy in order to work. Let's see, in this situation, I am just going to set Mirror Force, and I'll leave it at that. So, let's see if he has any other big plants that he's drawn into, although he milled a lot of them, so I don't think he has any in hand, otherwise he will be tribute summoning most likely. In which case I'll just destroy it. Sucks for him. Genius Chain. That's too bad that he chose this. I would have liked to keep that, but Mirror Force and Safe Zone are really good on their own. And there we go. This is usually how this deck wins. The person just quits, even though I haven't won yet. They're out of resources. Mine are piling up and I'm gaining advantage, and it kind of leaves them with nothing. So if you enjoyed this video, please comment, rate, subscribe, and stay brutal.